Welcome to the Cenario Podcast, your guide to mental health and well-being. Each episode, we uncover practical tools, discuss expert insights, and explore how supplements can transform your mental health journey. Get ready to learn, grow, and thrive with us.
Okay, you ready to dive into something a little different tonight?
I'm all ears. What have you got?
Well, it's something that might be bugging you or maybe someone you know. It's definitely more than just like a little twitchy leg in the evening.
Oh, okay, got it. So what are we talking about?
It's Restless Leg Syndrome. Or you might have heard it called Willis Ekbom Disease.
Okay, RLS. Yeah, I've heard of it, but to be honest, I don't really know much about it.
Well, you're not alone.
Yeah.
It's actually more common than you might think, but it can be a real pain, literally.
So for those of us who are totally clueless, what is RLS exactly?
Have you ever had this like intense, almost overwhelming urge to move your legs?
Maybe sometimes after a long run or something like that.
Yeah, that's normal. But with RLS, it happens even when you're trying to relax. Like when you're sitting down to watch a movie, or worse, when you're trying to fall asleep.
Oh, I see. So it's not just like a little leg cramp or something.
No, it's way more than that. Often people describe it as these creepy, crawly sensations, like itching, tingling, or even a burning feeling deep inside their legs.
That sounds super uncomfortable, especially when you're trying to sleep.
Exactly. And here's the kicker. Moving your legs usually does provide some relief.
Oh, so that's why it's called Restless Leg Syndrome.
Right. You're constantly moving your legs trying to find a comfortable position, but as soon as you stop, those sensations come right back.
It's like you're trapped in this cycle of discomfort.
And that's where the real trouble starts,
Because you can't relax, you can't sleep.
Yeah, it can seriously mess with your sleep. And when your sleep is out of whack, it affects everything.
Your mood, your energy levels, your focus, your everything.
Totally. And we're not just talking about feeling a bit tired the next day. This can lead to some pretty serious consequences for your health and well-being.
I can see that it would make sense to address it early on.
And the good news is that the way we understand and treat RLS is really evolving.
So are we talking about completely new treatments or just improvements on the old ones?
It's kind of both. We're seeing these new scientifically backed therapies emerge that offer a different kind of hope for people with RLS.
So these new treatments, are they like a miracle cure or something?
Well, not quite a miracle cure, but definitely a step in the right direction. They're designed to provide more lasting relief without the nasty side effects that often come with traditional treatments.
So in this deep dive, we're going to break down these cutting-edge solutions and understand what makes them so groundbreaking right.
That's exactly the plan. Let's give people a clear picture of what they're dealing with and then explore the exciting possibilities that are out there.
Sounds good. So where do we start?
Well, before we get into the treatments, let's make sure everyone's on the same page about what RLS actually is.
Right, because it's not just about fidgety legs.
It's much deeper than that. It's an actual neurological condition that affects millions of people.
So let's define it properly then. What are the hallmarks of restless leg syndrome?
It boils down to that overwhelming, uncontrollable urge to move your legs. And it's often accompanied by these really strange and intense sensations.
We touched on those a bit earlier, but let's get specific. What kinds of sensations are we talking about?
It varies from person to person, but common descriptions include deep itching, that you can't scratch a pins and needles feeling that won't quit, or the sensation of something crawling under your skin.
Oh, that sounds awful. Seriously creepy.
Yeah, and for some people, it can even feel like a painful pulling or burning deep within their legs.
And I'm guessing these sensations are at their worst when you're trying to wind down.
Bingo. It's like your legs have a mind of their own, and they decide to go haywire just when you need them to be still.
So you're sitting on the couch trying to relax after a long day, and boom, your legs are like, let's party.
Right. And as you can imagine, that makes falling asleep or staying asleep nearly impossible.
Because you're constantly getting jolted awake by these sensations or the overwhelming need to move your legs.
And then you end up exhausted the next day, unable to focus or function properly.
So it's a vicious cycle. The RLS disrupts your sleep. The lack of sleep makes the RLS worse, and so on.
And it's important to understand that this fatigue isn't just your typical, I need more coffee kind of tiredness.
It's deeper than that, right? It's like this fundamental disruption to your body's natural rhythms.
It's almost like a chronic state of jet lag. Your internal clock is completely thrown off.
And when you consider how many people are affected by RLS, it becomes clear that this is a serious public health issue.
You're absolutely right. The American Academy of Sleep Medicine estimates that up to 10% of the population may experience RLS at some point in their lives.
Wow, that's a lot of people dealing with this.
And while some folks might have mild or infrequent symptoms for others, it's a chronic condition that significantly impacts their daily lives.
So for anyone listening who's thinking, hey, this sounds familiar, what's the best course of action?
If you're recognizing these symptoms and they're consistently interfering with your sleep or getting worse over time, it's crucial to talk to your doctor or a healthcare provider.
Because getting an accurate diagnosis is the first step towards finding effective relief.
Right. A healthcare professional can help you determine if it's actually RLS and rule out any other underlying conditions.
And once you have a diagnosis, you can start exploring treatment options that are right for you.
Now, speaking of treatments, there's been a lot of progress in understanding the causes of RLS, which is paving the way for these innovative therapies we're going to talk about.
So let's dig into that. What are some of the key factors that contribute to RLS?
Well, it's not a simple answer. RLS is a complex condition with a variety of contributing factors. It's rarely just one isolated issue.
So it's like a puzzle with multiple pieces.
Exactly. And researchers are still putting those pieces together, but we do know that genetics plays a significant role.
Meaning if it runs in your family, you're more likely to develop it.
That's right. So if you have a parent or sibling with RLS, you might be at increased risk.
Makes sense. And what about other underlying health conditions? Are those linked to RLS?
Yeah, definitely. Certain chronic conditions like diabetes, kidney disease, and peripheral neuropathy are often associated with secondary RLS.
Meaning that the RLS is a symptom or a consequence of these other conditions?
Precisely. And in these cases, managing the primary health issue can often lead to improvements in RLS symptoms.
That makes sense. How treating the root cause can help alleviate the symptoms.
And we can't forget about pregnancy as a trigger for RLS.
Right, especially in the later trimesters.
It's thought to be related to hormonal fluctuations and the increased demand for nutrients during pregnancy.
Thankfully, this type of RLS is usually temporary and tends to resolve after childbirth.
And speaking of things that can trigger or worsen RLS symptoms, we have to talk about medications.
Oh, right. Certain medications can have that effect.
Some common culprits include antihistamines, certain antidepressants, and antipsychotic medications.
Because they interfere with the way nerves communicate in the body.
That's the general idea. They can disrupt the delicate balance of neurotransmitters like dopamine, which we know plays a crucial role in RLS.
So it's important to be aware of potential medication side effects and discuss any concerns with your doctor.
Absolutely. Now, in addition to those underlying causes, there are also some everyday triggers that can make RLS symptoms flare up.
I'm guessing inactivity is a big one.
You get it. Sitting or lying still for long periods, whether it's at work, during a commute, or just vegging out in front of the TV, can really intensify those sensations.
It's like your legs are saying, hey, we need to move.
And they're not wrong. Incorporating regular movement throughout the day, even just short breaks to stretch or walk around, can make a difference.
So get up and move, folks. Your legs will thank you.
And then there are the usual suspects: caffeine, alcohol, and nicotine.
Ah, the trifecta of things that can mess with your sleep.
These substances can overstimulate the nervous system, making it harder to relax and fall asleep, which can worsen RLS symptoms.
So moderation is key, especially in the hours leading up to bedtime.
And we can't overlook the impact of stress and anxiety.
Right, because when you're stressed, your nerves are on high alert.
Exactly. And that heightened sensitivity can make those RLS sensations feel even more intense and difficult to manage.
So finding healthy ways to cope with stress is super important.
Whether it's exercise, meditation, yoga, or spending time in nature, whatever helps you unwind and de-stress.
And last but not least, let's not forget about the importance of good sleep hygiene.
You know, I think we should have that phrase tattooed on our foreheads. It's relevant to so many health issues.
It really is. And for people with RLS, it's even more crucial.
Things like maintaining a consistent sleep schedule, avoiding screens before bed, and creating a relaxing bedtime routine can all help to minimize RLS symptoms.
So basically setting yourself up for sleep success.
Exactly. Now let's shift gears and talk about the treatments themselves.
Because that's what everyone's here for, right?
Absolutely. For years, the go-to treatment for RLS has been medications that boost dopamine levels in the brain.
Dopamine agonists, right.
Yep. Drugs like pramipexole and ropinirole are the most commonly prescribed.
And they work by mimicking the effects of dopamine.
That's the idea.
Mm-hmm.
And for some people, they can provide a decent level of symptom relief, at least in the short term.
But the sources we're looking at make it clear that these medications aren't a perfect solution.
You're right. They can cause a whole range of side effects like nausea, dizziness, and excessive daytime sleepiness.
Which is ironic considering that daytime sleepiness is already a major problem for people with RLS.
It's like trading one problem for another. And then there's the issue of augmentation.
That's where the medication starts to lose its effectiveness over time,
And
right?
even worse, the RLS symptoms can actually get worse with continued use. They might become more intense, occur earlier in the day, and even spread to other parts of the body.
Yikes, that doesn't sound good at all. And what about impulse control issues? I've heard those are a potential risk with dopamine agonists.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's true. Some individuals taking these drugs can develop compulsive behaviors like gambling, shopping, or binge eating.
So it's not just about treating the RLS, you also have to weigh the potential risks and benefits of these medications.
And that's why it's so encouraging to see the emergence of these new treatments that are designed to be more effective and better tolerated.
Okay, so let's talk about those new treatments. Where do we begin?
One area that's showing a lot of promise is advanced iron supplementation.
Because iron plays a key role in dopamine production, right?
Exactly. But here's the catch. It's not just about having enough iron in your blood. It's about having enough iron in your brain.
So even if your blood tests show normal iron levels, your brain might still be deficient.
That's a problem. And it's one of the reasons why oral iron supplements don't always work for RLS.
Because the iron might not be getting to where it's needed most.
And that's where intravenous iron therapy comes in. It's like a direct delivery system.
So bypassing the whole digestion process.
Yep. The iron is delivered straight into the bloodstream, ensuring that it reaches the brain.
And that can lead to significant improvements in RLS symptoms.
For many people, it's a game changer. The sources specifically recommend considering IV iron for those with ferritin levels below 75 nanograms per milliliter.
Ferritin being that protein that stores iron in the body, right?
Right. So low ferritin levels indicate low iron stores. And 5E iron can help replenish those stores more effectively than oral supplements.
Especially if someone has absorption issues.
Exactly. 5E iron is also a good option for people with chronic or treatment-resistant RLS.
It's like a more targeted and efficient way to address iron deficiency in the brain.
And it often comes with fewer side effects than high-dose oral iron, which can cause digestive problems.
Okay, that's a huge plus. So IV iron is definitely a promising option for many people with RLS.
Now let's talk about another interesting area, smarter dopamine modulation.
So this is about finding ways to tweak the dopamine system without causing those nasty side effects we talked about.
Precisely. Remember the problem of augmentation with traditional dopamine agonists.
Where the medication stops working and the symptoms can actually get worse.
Right. Well, the idea with smarter dopamine modulation is to achieve a more stable and consistent level of dopamine stimulation.
Without those drastic peaks and valleys that can lead to side effects and augmentation.
And one way to do that is with a medication called rotigotine, which comes in a transdermal patch.
A patch you wear on your skin.
Yep. It delivers a continuous 24-hour release of rotigotine so you don't get those sudden fluctuations in dopamine levels.
And that can help to minimize side effects and the risk of augmentation.
Exactly. And another strategy is to use lower doses of dopamine agonists in combination with other therapies.
So a more personalized approach tailored to the individual's needs.
Exactly. And that's reflected in the updated clinical practice guidelines for RLS, which emphasize the importance of personalized treatment plans.
Recognizing that one size doesn't fit all.
Right. Now, are you ready to dive into the world of breakthrough devices and non-drug therapies?
Lead the way. This is the part I'm most excited about.
Okay, so one of the most noteworthy developments in recent years is the NTX100 TOMAX system.
The 2-act system, what's that all about?
It's a wearable device specifically designed to treat moderate to severe RLS. And it got FDA approval just last year in 2023.
Wow, that's pretty cutting edge. So how does it work?
It's a bit like magic, but with a scientific basis. It delivers targeted vibrations to your legs while you sleep.
Vibrations, how does that help with RLS?
The exact mechanism isn't fully understood, but it's thought to disrupt the nerve signals that are causing those restless sensations.
So it's kind of like overriding the faulty signals with a different type of sensory input?
That's the idea. And the clinical trials have shown some really impressive results, especially for people who haven't found relief with medications.
So for folks with refractory RLS, this could be a real game changer.
And what's great about it is that it's a non-drug option. So no worries about those nasty side effects.
That's a huge selling point for a lot of people, I'm sure. Okay, what else is out there in the world of non-drug therapies?
Well, there's the Relaxis pad,
Yeah.
which is a simpler device but still pretty effective.
What's the Relaxis pad all about?
It's basically a vibrating pad that you place under your legs while you're resting or sleeping.
So similar to the TOMAX system, but less sophisticated.
Yeah, you could say that the vibrations from the Relaxis pad help to distract the brain from those RLS sensations.
Like a counter-stimulation technique?
Exactly. And for some people, it provides enough relief to help them fall asleep and stay asleep.
And what about 10NS units?
Oh yeah, those are a good option too. 10NS stands for transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulation.
It sounds a bit intimidating, but I know it's used for all sorts of pain management.
Yeah, it's actually a very gentle therapy. It involves using these little electrode pads that you place on your skin.
And they deliver mild electrical impulses.
Right, and those impulses can help to block pain signals and reduce muscle tension.
So it's like a non-drug way to calm down those overactive nerves.
Precisely. Now, another option that's similar in a way is pneumatic compression devices.
Those are things that squeeze your legs, right?
Yep. They're commonly used to improve circulation in people with vascular issues, but they can also be helpful for RLS.
Because improving blood flow can help to reduce those restless sensations.
That's the theory.
Mm-hmm.
And some people find that wearing these compression devices at night can make a big difference in their sleep quality.
It's like a gentle massage for your legs.
Now, there's also a newer technique that's showing promise. It's called high-frequency peroneal nerve stimulation.
Peroneal nerve stimulation, that sounds very specific.
It is. The peroneal nerve runs down the outside of your lower leg, and this therapy involves using a device that delivers electrical signals to that nerve.
So it's like a targeted nerve stimulation.
Right. And it's usually done before bedtime. The idea is that it helps to reset the nerve activity and reduce those RLS symptoms.
And has this therapy been proven effective?
It's still a relatively new approach,
Hmm.
but early studies have shown some positive results. And the American Academy of Sleep Medicine has conditionally recommended it based on those findings.
So it's definitely something to keep an eye on.
Now, if you're looking for a more invasive option, there's the stellate ganglion block.
That sounds intense. What is that exactly?
It's a procedure where a doctor injects an anesthetic near a cluster of nerves in your neck called the stellate ganglion.
And that's supposed to help with RLS.
It's thought to work by calming down the sympathetic nervous system, which is that part of your nervous system that controls your fight or flight response.
So it's like hitting the reset button on your stress response.
In a way. And some people with severe or complex RLS have found significant relief from this procedure.
But it's still considered experimental, right?
Yeah, it's not a first-line treatment, and more research is needed to fully understand its long-term effects.
But it's definitely an intriguing option for those who haven't found relief with other treatments.
Now, in addition to all these high-tech treatments, there are also some simple home remedies that can help to manage RLS symptoms.
Like good old-fashioned self-care.
Exactly. Things like taking a warm bath before bed, getting regular exercise, and practicing relaxation techniques can all make a difference.
So it's about taking a holistic approach to your well-being.
Right. Addressing both the physical and mental aspects of RLS.
And what about magnesium?
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Magnesium plays a role in muscle and nerve function. And some people with RLS find that taking magnesium supplements or soaking in an Epsom salt bath can help to ease their symptoms.
Epsom salts are basically just magnesium sulfate, right?
Yep. Soaking in a warm Epsom salt bath can help to relax your muscles and replenish magnesium levels.
And what about weighted blankets? I've heard those can be helpful for anxiety and sleep issues.
They can be helpful for RLS too. The gentle pressure from a weighted blanket can have a calming effect on the nervous system, which can reduce those restless sensations.
It's like a big hug for your body.
So as you can see, there's a wide range of options available for managing RLS, and more treatments are being developed all the time.
It's really encouraging to see this progress happening.
It is.
Yeah.
And I think the key takeaway for our listeners is that they don't have to suffer in silence.
There's help available, and there's hope for finding relief.
Whether it's through medication devices, therapies, or lifestyle changes, there are ways to regain control over your sleep and your life.
And it all starts with talking to your healthcare provider, getting an accurate diagnosis, and exploring the treatment options that are right for you.
So if you're struggling with RLS, don't give up. Keep advocating for yourself. Keep learning about the condition and keep searching for solutions.
Because with the right approach and the right support, you can find a path to better sleep and better health.
And that's what it's all about, right?
Absolutely. A good night's sleep is essential for a good life.
Now, as we wrap up tonight's deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with a final thought to ponder.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
We've talked a lot about the various treatments for RLS, from medications and devices to lifestyle changes and home remedies. But what if the key to unlocking lasting relief lies in understanding the interconnectedness of these approaches?
So it's not just about finding the one right treatment, but rather about finding the right combination of treatments.
Exactly. It's about creating a personalized plan that addresses your unique needs and circumstances.
So it's like a holistic approach that considers all aspects of your health and well-being.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And that might involve combining conventional therapies with alternative approaches, incorporating lifestyle modifications, and prioritizing self-care.
It's about empowering yourself to take an active role in your own healing journey.
And that's where the real power lies, in recognizing that you have more control over your health than you might realize.
And in finding the courage to explore all the possibilities that are out there.
So to our listeners, I encourage you to delve deeper into the information we've discussed tonight. Talk to your doctor, do your own research, and don't be afraid to try different approaches until you find what works best for you.
Because the path to relief is out there waiting to be discovered.
And remember, you are not alone in this journey. There are millions of others facing the same challenges, and there's a growing community of support and knowledge available to help you find your way.
So keep searching, keep learning, and keep hoping, because a better night's sleep and a better life are within your reach.
And on that note, we'll bid you farewell for now. We'll be back next week with another deep dive into a fascinating topic.
Until then, sleep well, everyone, and sweet dreams.
Good night.
Good night.
Thanks for tuning in to the Cenario podcast. Don't forget to visit Cenario.com for more expert tips, articles, and supplements designed to support your mental health. If you enjoyed this episode, remember to subscribe and share it with a friend. Until next time, take care of yourself.